Debbie just got sick today.
I mean, it wasn't bad the whole time, but like cough and
Yeah.
carried on.
I can't, I mean, I don't have time for that. I'm better though than yesterday, and then way better than the day before.
See, that's what I
Upswing, totally upswing.
Oh, okay. I'm sure I was like, right over
That's good.
Sorry.
Just here. What do you want to say? Nothing exceeded, right? I don't want to take
Is this fun out for a reason?
How are you?
No.
I already have other questions to come back and ask you, so
Well, you're taking this chairmanship very seriously.
Why not? Well, my watch says 9:30, so I think I will call this meeting to order right now. As you notice, we've made a few changes in the format here. It seemed it's a little more comfortable for me and some of the other people, the staff, to have a format so that we're all facing each other instead of having staff sitting down here facing us with their back to the public. And so that's why we have the change in the format. Good morning to all of you. This is our regularly scheduled monthly business meeting for the Island Transit Board. This is the opportunity for us to conduct our monthly business in front of the public. If you have cell phones, if you would kindly turn them off or put them on silence, we would appreciate that. And we go by an agenda. There's an agenda and a sign-in sheet by the door. And we will now call this meeting to order. And if you will join me in the Pledge of Allegiance, the flag is at the rear of the room. I pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Ken, do we have any special guests here who we need to introduce?
We have the staff here this morning. Will be a regular fixture of these meetings. You want to introduce yourselves, Ken? Would you like to? I'm sorry, Robin.
I'm Robin Goldman, Administrative Manager.
I'm Ken Riley, Maintenance Manager.
Paul Aaron, Financial Analyst.
Sean Harris, Operations Manager.
Meg Kettner, Executive Assistant.
Matt
Hendricks, General Counsel. Nick Finch, Operations Supervisor.
Karen Cross, Communications and Service Planner.
And thank you very much, staff. And I hope you find this format a little more friendly and allow us to look each other in the eye when we talk. and to speak to each other. I'll look for a motion for approve the agenda or make any changes or corrections to it, additions.
I move approval of the agenda as presented.
Do we have a second?
A second.
We have a motion and a second to approve the February 20th agenda. All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, nay. The motion passes. The agenda is approved. And the next item on our agenda is the approval of the minutes for the January 16, 2015 regular business meeting. And do we have a motion?
Are we approving, I have a question. Are we approving the full minute packet or just the action item?
We are approving the full minute packet.
I move approval of the minutes as presented.
Is there a
Second.
There's a motion and a second to approve the January 16th regular business meeting minutes. All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, the motion passes unanimously. And we also have our vouchers for February 2015. Are there any comments regarding the February 2015 master voucher list? Well, questions?
I'd like to just briefly summarize what the Finance Subcommittee, which consists of Jill Johnson and myself, have done with regard to the vouchers. We actually we've had a couple of meetings with Paul Aaron, our financial analyst, to answer any questions that we had. And generally we focus on larger items. One of the interesting and encouraging signs is that amount spent on gas is going down, similar to the national trends at the moment. And other than that, we didn't have any major questions on the vouchers, or any questions we had could be answered at the time. So the vouchers and the visa items are particularly small this month. It's not been a lot of activity. So that's it.
Any other comments?
We did revisit a little bit memberships in organizations, and there was some understanding that those are going to be scrutinized closely before membership fees are just automatically repaid and renewed. So we talked about that a little bit.
Would that be like Costco? I just asked some questions on a few things. As I was looking through the vouchers, we're going to add maintenance and repair of fences, and then more fences for capital projects and their operations. There's almost $9,000 there.
What page would that be?
First page, 104. Commercial Fence Corporation and Durant Fence Company. Who's been building fences?
I can say that those items are part of a Parker Road project, and they'll be reimbursed through that grant program. So we incurred the expense, but we'll be getting reimbursement for those.
Okay.
And I'm sorry, can you please speak up?
Oh, I'm sorry. North Fork Nursery, $4,900.
Yeah, I think that's related to Parker Road, where they had to take some trees out in order to put to do that work that connects the fence work that connects our facility to the future project.
It's part of the same grant project.
So that's going to be reimbursed as well?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
That's providing us a required second access for buses and everybody coming in. But fortunately, I think it's mostly paid for by the state.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I think that's all I've got to do.
Well, I just had a question about process or protocol around this. I don't know if it's more appropriate to ask these questions here or we ask them ahead of time. I mean, I had some of the same questions he did, but I didn't know if it was, if the procedure was we ask them at this meeting or we ask them ahead of time.
Well, to expedite the meeting, often we have found going to the staff and asking those detailed questions ahead of time to the staff, provided that we don't have a quorum with multiple people in there at the same time.
Yeah,
That's fine with me.
Yeah,
So
sure.
we know which way to go.
sure. No, that's exactly what we do.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I'm sure some of the vendors will get used to who they are and what
Sure.
they're paying for.
I would say though that this board is new
Yeah.
and that probably if one person has a question, there's another one that has the same
Yeah.
question.
Well, I had the same ones that Ricky.
And then in addition, although it does take a little additional time, this information is available to the public as well. And so if we have questions, chances are the public also has questions. And so some of the time asking them out loud is the way to go, primarily because I don't like to look like the only stupid person in the room. So I like it when other people jump in with their questions. Help me out, Jackie. Yeah.
Thank you.
Any further comments? If there are no further comments, then we'll entertain a motion to approve the February 15 master voucher list.
I was so moved.
I second it. And we have a second by Mr. Sundberg. And to approve the February 2015 master voucher. All those in favor? Aye. Those opposed? It has been approved. And before we go on to the public input item, there was one item that I had all the way down in the chair report, but I think it's appropriate to make that comment at this time before we go any further into the meeting. I would like to introduce Jackie Henderson, who is a new board member representing Coopville. And thank you for taking this much appreciated job on. It certainly pays well. Yeah. And I think our memories go back a long time. When our kids were in school in Coopville, and we're looking forward to working with them.
They've aged, but we haven't.
That's exactly what has happened. That's right.
Thank you.
And at the same time, I would also like to publicly thank Bob Clay. Bob Clay put in many years into this board, and whatever people's personal feelings are about anybody's voluntary participation in this, it's still a time-consuming job. The mayor knows that from Oak Harbor, Scott Dudley, our mayor. Anybody who does any of this work, and we have other people in the meeting here too, have also volunteering their time. And so we appreciate the support. We also appreciate the debate, the dialogue that goes with that, because none of us have the answer to everything. And we like the feedback. And I think that in the years that I've known Bob Clay, he's been pretty open to comments that are not necessarily positive to him, but he's gone through and he's done the best job that he could do, and he was very helpful to me in this transition for this position, in telling me that some of the pitfalls along the way, some of the things that happened in the past. I mean, he's very candid about what happened in the past. And that has helped me really dial in on where, as the chair of this and being a member of this board, where I think we have some areas to improve if we're all working together on it. So my public thanks to Bob Clay. The next item on our agenda is the public input, or which is essentially a public comment period. Or we'll call it the open public comment period. Anybody would like to address the board about anything within the jurisdiction of the transit district that is not on the agenda, they may speak so right now. They'll have 3 minutes to present what you want to talk about, address your questions and comments to the board, and the board members may elect or volunteer to answer questions, but we will not necessarily engage in a dialogue back and forth with the public during the comment period.
I'd like to know a little about you.
A little bit about me, okay?
Where are you from?
Okay. Well, let me take other public comments, and then I will come back to your question and give you a little bit of background on me, okay? Mr. Mayor.
Scott Leo Garber. Let me first off say thank you for serving. Raising your hand and being on the board of Island Transit is a time-consuming, and seeing the change, you have a great opportunity to right the ship here at Island Transit, and rolling up your sleeves and taking your duties seriously. We applaud you for that. A couple things that I would want to just throw out there to you is we see an opportunity to be more open and transparent going forward. And as we put together packets for board meetings such as this, one of the things that the members were requesting on a monthly basis was the cash flow worksheet. And because of our financial health here at Island Transit, it would be neat to see that monthly cash flow worksheet as part of the